Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. Welcome back. So today I'm doing a quick video on the history of Ahmadiyya in Ghana. I found many irregularities, found many lies by the Qadiani community. All they do is lie. So, nothing surprising there. So by 2020, we estimate about 5,000 Ahmadis in all of Ghana, if that, whereas the Islamic population is probably half the country. And what's interesting about that is the official sources on Ghana, the official demographics show Islam as smaller than it really is. And the reason is, ever since the British showed up, the colonialism, half the country has converted to Christianity. And the British mostly got converts from pagans, from a lot of pagans. A lot of Muslims did not convert to Christianity. You see what I mean? So that's the story. And remember, in the north are the Muslim strongholds, the Maliki Muslims. Again, this is West Africa. If you don't know about West Africa, it's all about the Maliki Muslims. That's the fiqh. That's Sunni Islam, right? It was brought by the trade routes. Mansa Musa's empire was to the north. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to read right off of my script here. Yeah, there's about 5,000 Ahmadis in Ghana. Don't get it twisted. I only found about maybe 10 Ahmadiyya mosques and mission houses. Most of what they do is schools. So what they did in Ghana, same thing they did in Nigeria, Tanzania, all over Africa and Indonesia and India, is they're looking to make a school and get government funding. You see what I mean? Once that government funding comes in for the school, they're using that money themselves. They don't even allow their employees. It's like subletting. It's like a sublease. They get the money from the government. They don't give it to the murabbis. Or now they're training Africans to be murabbis in the jamia, right? They got this jamia with all these students. Those aren't real Ahmadi murabbis. Those are going to be teachers who are going to go to these small schools. And the schools double as a mosque. So nowadays they'll have Humanity First come through, build a school, get money from the government for it, start teaching English, and then use that school to teach as a mosque also. All right, so it's a big fraud. If you remember, in 2002 they claimed 200 million Qadianis in the world. That was a lie. In Africa, in all of Africa, in the entire continent, I'd say maybe 10,000 Qadianis total in the entire continent. So anyhow, with that being said, let's see. Oh, and then so who's the Ahmadi Murabbi who's working right now? Well, I don't think they even allow Pakistanis to be missionary in charge. The last two have been African. One of them was the famous Abdul Wahab, I think is his name, Abdul Wahab. Yeah, he's on. He was in the Urdu programs with Mirza Tahir Ahmed. And now there's another black man that they got, and you don't even see the Pakistanis anymore. So once again, all of my research, not all of it, majority is based on Fisher, 1963. If you haven't read Fisher, you have no idea what we're talking about. So it all started in Salt Pond. Their first ever mosque seems to be in Salt Pond. We don't know if this was taken over, if this was a mosque that was already there and taken over by the Qadianis, or they built it themselves. They won't tell us. They're famous for taking over people's mosques. They did it in Pakistan too. They would just show up, oh, we're taking this mosque. The government's going to let us do it. So, yeah. So anyhow, the first imam sent by the Qadiani community was Nazir Ahmed Mubashir, right? In 1963, that first mosque seems to have opened. So by 1963, they had one mosque in the whole country, and some mission houses here and there, right? So yeah, Nazir Ahmed Mubashir, 1963, 1921. Nair had landed, and some Muslims who were in the British military, World War I, they got them to convert. And Mahdi Appa was one of the guys. These guys were Christian. They were in the middle of Christianity and Islam. They so that's the scam that they were running, right? The first ever Jalsa Salana was held in 1932, right? So you know, by 1950 they didn't have much. By 1961, Nazir Ahmed Mubashir is the missionary in charge. He ends up passing away, or no, he didn't pass away. They sent him back to Rabwa. In 1970, that was the first time an Ahmadi Khalifa visited. Mirza Nasser Ahmed visited. Right? And then let's see what happened next. They started opening their hospitals and educational facilities. And that's how they were able to expand. But no one really converted to Ahmadiyya. And most of the people that converted to Ahmadiyya in Ghana were Muslim. You see what I mean? That's who they're going after. Pagans didn't convert to Ahmadiyya. They might have got a few Christians here and there too. Abdul Wahab Adam, 1974, was appointed as the Emir and missionary in charge. And he held that position for like 30 years. All right. So in 1974, he became the Emir and missionary in charge. In 1976, Mirza Masroor Ahmad gets sent there on a vacation. He didn't do anything there. He didn't do any manual labor. He was like the principal of a school. He didn't do any work. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't deserve that position. He was a terrible student. Everybody knows that. How is a terrible student who hates school now a principal of a school? Well, in Ahmadiyya, that's what they do. It's exactly what they do, right? They take people who are unqualified and make them qualified all the time. In 1980, Mirza Nasser Ahmed shows up and he inaugurates two mosques, the one in Accra and another one in Essiam. So in 1983, Mirza Masroor Ahmad leaves Ghana and never returns, right? So then in 1988, Mirza Tahir Ahmed inaugurated another mosque in Mango Ice. That mosque had been under construction for 17 years. In 2004, Mirza Masroor Ahmad visited Ghana for the first time in 20 years. And so when he was there, they said his biggest accomplishment was growing wheat. You can't grow wheat in Ghana. To grow wheat, unless you have an indoor facility, which is too expensive. You know, everything in Africa, majority, is grown outside based on temperature. In America, we can manipulate temperature and grow indo, or let me say it right, indoor, right? So there's no wheat. They import 99% of the wheat in Ghana is imported. They don't make it themselves. You see what I mean? That's just not how it works. To grow wheat, it's got to be between 57 and 77 degrees, which in Ghana, it's never that cold. So anyhow, that's sort of the story of Ahmadiyya in Ghana. They're lying about the numbers. They, again, when I think some Pew Research study picked 100 people and 100 Muslims in Ghana, and by accident, I think 15 of them were Qadiani, and the Qadianis are hyperimposing that and saying, no, 15% of the Muslims in Ghana are Qadiani, and that's just not true. It's a total lie. It's a total lie. So anyhow, let's take some comments. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Assalamu alaikum. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is just a quick video. They're lying about their converts in Ghana. There are none. Oh, in 2002, the Khalifa says, not in 2002, in 2020, the Khalifa says 1,000 people converted. That's a lie. That's probably the amount of students in their school, which is probably where they're getting these numbers from. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the history of Ahmadiyya in Ghana. Assalamu alaikum. Peace out.